What does it truly mean to be rich? Is it having every luxury one could ever want, or having the freedom to pursue one's wildest dreams? Well, for our next contestant, the answer is the latter. Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the most mesmerizing and inspiring stories from around the world. Today, we will meet a young girl who touched the hearts of millions and won more than she ever dreamed possible. Our story begins in the heart of Manila in the Philippines, where the vibrant spirit of hope flickers like a candle in the wind amidst the towering challenges that life has thrown her way. Meet Isabella, a 12-year-old girl whose life is a testament to resilience and the unwavering power of dreams. Isabella's days were filled with the somber routine of navigating life's hardships. Her small bamboo house may have lacked the comforts of modern living, but it was filled with the warmth of family. Sharing this humble abode with her are her loving mother, Maria, and her younger brother, Lito. Life hasn't been easy for them, especially after her father left them, leaving them to fend for themselves in the unforgiving grip of poverty. Despite the weight of their circumstances, Isabella's spirit remained unbroken. She found solace in the melodies that echoed in her heart, a melody that yearned to be set free. Music was her escape, her voice, and all she had to make it sing. Yet the cruel hand of fate had dealt them a heavy blow. Their roof was broken, and the rain often made Isabella's makeshift shelter even more unbearable. Hunger was a constant shadow, and sometimes going to bed without a full stomach was the norm rather than the exception. Each day was a battle against despair. To practice her craft, Isabella would sit at an old half-broken keyboard that was missing several keys. It was a far cry from the grand pianos that filled her dreams, yet she poured her soul into it. With each passing day, her determination grew stronger, fueled by a desire to not only improve her life, but also to give her family a better future. But how could such a young girl, burdened by the harsh realities of life, dare to dream of a brighter tomorrow? In a world where poverty seemed like an inescapable curse, Isabella found strength in the belief that her music could change everything. However, the path to success was long and arduous, and there were times when the harsh realities of their situation threatened to drown out her dreams. The melody that danced on her fingertips was often drowned out by the clamor of hunger, the constant ache in her empty stomach serving as a stark reminder of their dire straits. The rhythm of her dreams was disrupted by the relentless pounding of the rain on their broken roof, forcing her to abandon her practice and find shelter. Yet through it all, Isabella held on to her passion, refusing to let it be extinguished by the winds of adversity. Her dedication was unwavering, practicing whenever she could, making the most of the stolen moments that life offered her. In the quiet hours before dawn, or in the fleeting moments after sunset, she would sit at her old keyboard, pouring her heart and soul into every note. Each chord progression was a testament to her indomitable spirit, each melody a prayer for a better tomorrow. But fate had a peculiar way of testing one's resolve. Just as Isabella began to feel that the weight of their situation was becoming too heavy to bear, a glimmer of hope appeared on the horizon. It was a seemingly ordinary piece of paper that changed everything. It was an America's Got Talent audition flyer. When Maria discovered it, a surge of excitement coursed through her veins. Could this be the chance that they had been praying for? The thought of a better life for her children, a life free from the shackles of poverty, filled her with renewed determination. It was a shot at weaving a new tapestry for their lives, a tapestry woven with threads of hope and opportunity. This discovery became the turning point in Isabella's journey. The flyer wasn't just a piece of paper, it was a beacon guiding her towards a dream she never thought she could reach. With newfound vigor, Isabella approached her music. Her fingers flew across the keys with a passion that surprised even her. As she practiced, she began to transform from a shy, introverted girl into a confident young woman. Each note that resonated through the room was a step towards self-discovery, each chord progression a lesson in resilience and hope. Her music became more than just an escape. It was a tool to express her emotions, her story, her very essence. In the evenings, after the flyer had become worn with the countless dreams it had nurtured, Isabella would sit with her mother. They would talk not only about music, but about life, about hope, and about dreams. These conversations were more than just chats. They were bonding experiences that strengthened their relationship and fueled Isabella's determination. Finally, the day arrived. The day that Isabella and her mother had been preparing for. The day of the audition. After what felt like an eternity of preparation, they were finally ready. The moment had come for Isabella to step out of the shadows of poverty and onto the stage of her dreams. As she stood backstage, the roar of the crowd was a distant hum, muffled by the door. Her heart pounded in her chest, a drum solo echoing the nervous rhythm of her soul. But as she took a deep breath, a calmness washed over her. It was in these moments of vulnerability that Isabella truly shone. With trembling hands, she opened the door and stepped onto the stage. The lights, the camera, and the audience, they were all a blur. All that mattered was the piano in front of her and the dreams in her heart. As she sat down on the bench, she felt a sense of familiarity envelop her. This was where she belonged. With her fingers poised above the keys, Isabella closed her eyes and began to play. The melody that flowed from her instrument was nothing short of magic. It was a tale of struggle, of hope, and ultimately of triumph. Each note resonated with the audience, pulling them into her world, making them feel the emotions that she poured into her music. Simon Cowell, the renowned judge, known for his discerning eye and sharp critiques, found himself captivated by Isabella's performance. As he watched her fingers dance across the keyboard, he saw not just a talented musician, but a young girl who had overcome extraordinary odds to pursue her dreams. The audience was transfixed. They watched as Isabella transformed from a timid girl into a confident musician, her body language changing with each passing chord. Her music spoke of her journey, her struggles, and her triumphs, making it impossible for anyone in the audience to remain unmoved. And then it happened. As Isabella played the final note, a hush fell over the audience. It was as if they were holding their breaths, afraid to break the spell that she had woven with her music. Then the applause erupted, thundering through the studio like a tidal wave. It was a standing ovation, a tribute to a young girl who had dared to dream and had chased that dream relentlessly. The judges were on their feet, their faces etched with admiration. They had seen countless performers, but Isabella was different. She wasn't just a singer or a pianist. She was a storyteller, and her story was one that needed to be heard. As the applause continued to reverberate, Simon Cowell, the man whose critiques had made or broken many careers, found himself moved beyond words. He had seen exceptional talent on the show before, but Isabella's raw emotion and sheer determination was something he couldn't ignore. He knew that this moment was different. He was witnessing the birth of a star that had risen from the most unexpected of places and was shining brighter than any spotlight. In that moment, he knew he had to do something he hadn't done in years. He reached out and pressed the golden buzzer. A surge of electricity coursed through the studio as golden confetti rained down, showering Isabella in a cascade of shimmering delight. The crowd roared, their cheers echoing Isabella's triumph. Her dream had materialized, not in a burst of luck, but through sheer grit and determination. As the realization of her success dawned on Isabella, she looked towards her mother and brother in the audience. Her eyes, brimming with tears of joy, conveyed the depth of her gratitude. The love and support they had shown her had been the bedrock of her journey. It was a moment that transcended music, a testament to the human spirit's ability to triumph over adversity. As the studio erupted in celebration, Isabella knew that this was just the beginning. Her life was forever changed, and she was ready to embrace the incredible journey that lay ahead. Maria, witnessing her daughter's triumph, felt a surge of pride and joy. The sacrifices, the struggles, and the hopes of a lifetime had culminated in this moment. The sight of Isabella bathed in golden confetti was a picture of triumph that she would treasure forever. And then it happened. Through the tears and laughter, the three of them embraced. It was a moment of pure emotion, a family united in joy, their bond strengthened by Isabella's golden achievement. It was a victory not just for her, but for their family, their community, and for every dreamer who dared to hope against hope. And so the story of Isabella serves as a beacon of inspiration, reminding us that dreams are not measured by wealth or privilege, but by the courage to keep believing when the world tells you to give up. If you liked this story, please share it with your friends and family. We wish Isabella all the best for her future endeavors. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.